Safeguarding Our Future by Lexi Chavez,
and Alessandro Perez.
An estimated 56,000 bacteria and the spores originated from Earth and were abroad in the Mars Curiosity rover when it reached the Red Planet, according to McCrae. Ford contamination results in the compromise of science, where integrity of the scientific research is lost.
Next. Our research question. Is it ethical to risk contaminating other planets in pursuit of human exploration of space? After through research of many credible sources, we have came up with the following points to support our project.
We should not risk space contamination for human exploration. Past human involvement with contamination, such as when Europeans settled in the Americas and killed Native Americans through disease spreading, or the recent COVID-19 outbreak. Future risk of forward contamination, which is the spread of Earth diseases to other planets, or backward contamination, which is the spread of otherworldly diseases to Earth, and the lack of public awareness due to space exploration being funded by private sectors instead of our government, such as Elon Musk's SpaceX.
Okay, what can we do about it? Like stated before, we should focus on formulating solutions to existing issues instead of expanding space exploration. Like Lexi said, we should ensure that past historical mistakes are not repeated. We should learn from our mistakes and move forward with research. We should encourage transparency between space exploration and the public. Like stated before, fundings or also contamination.
Economic thickness, the confounding variable in space. The initial success of NASA is two-faced. If you analyze the beginning of the space industry, we can see that NASA was hyper-funded around the time of political turmoil in World War II and the Cold War. As you can see in the visual, the debt of the USA was at its highest around the same time as the amount of funding for NASA. This funding eventually dropped off and shows us that NASA, the funding for NASA did not bring expected results, and the money was going to a purpose that was not ethical. Additionally, the funding for space is going from government to private funding. This shift in responsibility from the US government to private organizations like SpaceX from Elon Musk and Blue Origin from Jeff Bezos puts pressure on those organizations to make decisions which might not be transparent or might not follow fiscal rules. Space activity also harms environment and economy. Jeff Bezos has a mission to put more people in space, but according to our sources, that can increase levels of emissions from the repetitive launches and amount of money.
Forward contamination. As we said earlier, McCaig et al. Talks about how 56,000 bacteria from Earth are already on Mars. We should not, even though people haven't been on Mars, this contamination already exists, even just through machines that are on Mars.
Sample collected are often altered after the extraction process. This results into the break of trust between the public and space organizations. As we can see, going to Mars can give you a bunch of health risks, including cancer, eye vision problems, and negative changes to the brain, including also the diet. This can show you the difference between public risk to forward contamination and backwards contamination. We should ensure public health and not risk it in human pursuit of space exploration.
Preventing contamination. Quarantine periods are indefinite for unknown diseases. If an astronaut were to go to Mars and contaminated with something, we might not even know until several years in the future, because bacteria can have long incubation periods but still be contagious. This means that diseases could spread all across the Earth, and we might not even know it until several years in the future. As shown here, two of the top causes of global death are cardiovascular diseases, such as COVID-19, yielding high death rates.
So current organizations like NASA are putting efforts towards minimizing any potential contamination created by space exploration, as according to Shostak Randy. So until we can be sure that we can limit for contamination, we should not risk other planets and ourselves. A limitation to the solution includes potentially slowing down research and creating controversy. Public awareness falls under two important categories: the lack of public awareness and consequences of space exploration, and unknown space funding. Unknown diseases with unknown properties can lead to major public health risks. For example, as Lexi explained, exposure to such extreme conditions had to be focused on to ensure space travelers' health. As explained by Alessandro, there is a lack of transparency in funding due to it coming to private sectors. Studying these risks encourages transparency in public sectors and will both strengthen trust.
Our conclusion. It is not ethical to put other planets at risk for human pursuit of space exploration. Due to the many topics we found, the amount of contamination that can be brought to both humans and other planets, as well as our economic instability, leads us to say that we should instead focus on what we already know, and improving things that on Earth that we already have in place. Thank you.